Whatever you were saying, I wasn't listening. This is the SVU After Show. We are talking season 21, episode 10, Must Be Held Accountable. That's right, the epic conclusion to the Bucci and Getz drama. Stick around!
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Hello, and welcome back to the SVU After Show. It's been a long hiatus. We've missed you. We're so happy to be back. I'm Yael Tygiel. I am joined by Taylor Gates.
Hello, hello. Ooh, the crowd's going wild. I love that. Thank you.
We've missed you.
I miss this.
Isabel Dew cannot be here with us today, but she'll be back throughout the season. Before we jump into season 21, episode 10, Must Be Held Accountable, the second part to Can't Be Held Accountable. What clever titles. Before we jump in, I would like to remind everyone, of course, of the RAIN hotline. If you find yourself in a situation that you need help or someone to talk to, please reach out to RAIN, 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. I think I've also mentioned previously that they have a online service where you can chat with somebody anonymously and they don't keep track of where you are or anything like that. So please, if you need to talk to someone, feel free to do so. This episode was a lot. So on this show, sometimes the show will go dark and we will go light. On this episode, the show will go crazy and we will go mad. So that's where we're at. Taylor, what'd you think?
This was an episode of TV.
Okay.
I don't know why this was necessary, I guess. They built this up to be this epic hostage situation, and I never quite understood what they were trying to do. I don't understand it. Except for, yes, we left on a great cliffhanger, obviously, for the mid-season. It made everyone excited to come back. And I just don't feel like that aspect of it delivered. I still think the Getz case is very interesting. But the whole side stuff with Bucci and Rollins, I just don't see why we went down this path.
You and I discussed this. I don't remember if we said it on the air, if we just said it to each other. I said that the Rollins-Bucci kidnapping would be 10 minutes max.
Yes.
And you said it's going to be just like the William Lewis. And I watched the episode and went, damn, I hate when Taylor's right.
Yeah. Like I am every week about the poll, just saying.
And
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Enough of that. Not true. Never enough. I really was bummed. I'm sorry. Yes, you were right, but I was right that it should have been the first 10 minutes. The entire kidnapping should have been concluded very quickly because it did not need the whole episode.
No.
Full of BS. I mean, I get that we needed this, all of Rollins figuring stuff out about herself. We could have done that
in therapy.
Right. Also, we could have done it real quick. We didn't need to.
I just don't think that we ever need to hold someone hostage for her to realize that she's going to be like her mom. I just don't. I don't even know why that was the revelation that she had during this.
Okay. Before we jump into
I'm so sorry, but I'm heated.
I know. I agree. So for those who need a previously on, because it's been over a month.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been too long.
It's a hot second.
Steve Getz is a billionaire who's been grooming Ivy and Millie, but the judge let him go, and now they're crazy moms out of rehab to take their daughters on the yacht party. That was essentially all that was in the previously on.
Yes.
Their father is former Detective Bucci.
Yes.
Detective Bucci?
Police guy?
Police
person?
officer?
NYPD Bucci?
I don't recall his status.
He worked with the police department.
Here's my question. Was Bucci, if I remember correctly, and I don't know that this is accurate, was he the one in part 33?
Yes. For
2 seconds.
30 seconds, yeah.
He's the one who tells her, who's I should have told you not to get the coffee.
Yes.
That's where we met Bucci.
For that short of time. I think if this was going to be impactful, we either needed to know him for a long time, him and Rollins had to have really built a dynamic, or he had to be some random guy to make it scarier. It was this weird middle ground.
Yes, I agree. I appreciate we have some people in our chat. Mo, Giants number one fan, me, says Officer Bucci. Not even a detective.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so he's holding Rollins and Dr. Hanover hostage. I appreciated that they reminded us that she's the doctor from episode 2.
Yeah.
She's the one who gave us the technique, tell me about water.
Right.
That's her.
Yeah.
I appreciate that they want that. So what he wants is, this is his motivation. He wants his girls home and safe and gets in jail. Therefore, he holds Rollins hostage.
What? How is this working?
Oh, let me explain. Because when he FaceTimes Benson, he says,
Getz has got my girls.
He's got my girls, so I got one of yours.
Homie, what?
You know what that is? Sorry, I think you misunderstood. I understand the mentality of they took one of mine, I'm going to take one of theirs. The police did not
take them. Exactly.
Thank you. Take Grania hostage.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
Grania should be held hostage. That would have been fantastic.
That would have been an episode.
Yes. Especially because Grania's so fun.
Grania is just like, she had a wonderful poncho on in this episode. I have to say it. We see her green poncho. It's a good poncho.
So funny. Okay. So then he says to Benson, he says, I know you get things done, so do it. Then why are you holding Rollins hostage?
That's the thing. Like, this is going to take away so much time that she would have had to devote to what you want her to devote to.
Yeah.
So, like, you realize that very few people are actually working on the Getz case now because they're trying to fin your crazy personhood.
Yes, so he has derailed all of SVU to searching for Rollins.
It's just, think this through, my man.
So then Rollins is like talking to him like a cop, like a colleague. She's rude and honest. She's like, what are you doing? And he's like, what is this, good shrink, bad cop? I loved that. That was so good.
Yeah, that was good.
Thank you. So Hanover's son rings the doorbell. It's a video. She's like, go to your dad, call Leo. You had a favorite part?
Is Leo gonna ask any questions? He's a drummer. He didn't notice things. That's why we divorced. What does him being a drummer have to do with literally anything in that sentence?
Excellent question.
I just don't.
I thought that when she said call Leo, I took that as a code word.
I didn't.
Because Leo, later when we discovered that,
right. Yes.
That he went to the cops. I thought it was specifically a code word because, for those who don't know, Leo is law enforcement officer. So if you say, you should go get a Leo or call the local Leos, you're talking about police.
I didn't know that.
But later, which would have been a sufficient thing, later when we discovered that there was a police call in that area, her boss at the police force, right? 'Cause she was the cop for the police, or the doctor for the police, is named Leo.
Yeah.
So, it was a specific person. I was like, this could have been so much more clever.
I liked it just because I didn't realize.
Right. I didn't catch it at the moment.
Yeah.
But I would have liked it if it was better.
That's fair. I'm not going to lie. Like, I was not the biggest fan of this episode, but I did think that that was smart. I would be like, oh, he's going to his dad's house, whatever. And I was like, oh, that was a really smart move of her to, slip that in because he didn't realize it. I didn't realize it. Right. I liked that detail.
Yes. So she's offering Bucci an out. Rollins is like, it's not going to end well. They're going to find her car and track the phone. So they hit the road. And then throughout that, she points out to him that he doesn't know what he's doing. And then he gets mad at her.
Yeah, that was the thing that happened here.
Look, most of their journey on the road does not need to be discussed. So we're moving on.
I thought it was, I don't know. It was so crazy. He let her call her kids.
Yeah.
What?
I honestly did not realize. I thought she wasn't going to call her. Why would you call it's 3 in the morning?
I guess it kind of helped them, figure out. But I was like, are you trying to be tough? Are you trying to be, nice? He wasn't, one way or the other. He kept fluctuating.
And I think that's supposed to show us, right, that, he's not thinking it through. He's acting on impulse and whatever. But it, for television, made it not great.
Right.
All right. So Benson and Finn start the search. They go to send ESU to Rollins' house. I really liked this moment where Finn is like, he likes Rollins. I don't think he's going to hurt her. And then Benson says...
Men kill women that they like all the time. You know this. True.
I was like, oh, can we explore that?
Yeah.
Like, let's deal with this.
Yeah, that was a really good line. And it's true. I was like, Finn, you're not thinking like a cop. You're thinking like a stupid dude right now.
Seriously. So no one at the house is in distress. There's Sienna and the girls that are sleeping. They go to talk to Sienna to make sure she's okay. Can we talk for a second about Jessie? The little girl runs into the hallway surrounded by guns and is like, hey, Benson. Girl.
She's fearless.
Concerned. I'm concerned. There should be a welfare check. I'm very concerned about a little girl.
Here's the thing. I, too, would run around guns just to get to Louis Benson. You know?
Different.
It's a valid point.
Different. I think if Sienna opens the door, sees all the guys, and like...
Okay, stand back, honey.
Yeah, is like, oh, what's happening? Jessie just like, hey, all these guns. Oh. All right.
Growing up.
So Carisi shows, of course, they ask him if he knows where she is. Can we explain that? I understand that they're friends, but I don't know that he should know more so than her partner.
Yeah.
So we find out that she's twice claimed to be at the shooting range. She hasn't been in a while. Tara pings her cell. They get the neighborhood, and that's when Kat finds the 911 call from the Hanover's son.
Yes.
So they find Hanover. Yep. And then Kat questions. She goes, maybe I shouldn't ask this. Always a good sign.
Right. This is a great start from someone who's been here for like 3 days.
What if Rollins is in on it?
Olivia's face was iconic, and I want to use it as like an actual reaction picture because she just pauses for a second. She is just like, no. She just goes, no.
Carisi is like, yeah, you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, absolutely not. Shut your mouth.
I don't understand how she could have thought that.
I mean, I don't know. I guess, honestly, I don't understand how Kat could have thought that.
Right.
But in the past, like, Rollins has done some, like, sketchy stuff.
Sure, but I think this, there was no behavior of Rollins's leading up to it that she would have been in on. But also, think it through. Why?
Right.
Why would searching for Rollins
help
us
anyone?
Get
That's
Getz?
a good point, yeah.
Kat, think. Which gets us to our next spot, where Kat and Finn go to the boat, and she's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, you'll be a great detective. You just got to think before you. And she says, open my mouth. He's like, or go off the playbook. Think more in general. Yeah.
Correct. This is what we've been waiting for from Finn, I think.
To step up and tell her to shut up.
Yeah, because everyone's like, Finn, get this girl under control. And he finally did in his own little Finn way.
I think, though, not good leadership skills is waiting till they come to you to be like, yeah, of course I'll tell you what you did wrong.
Right. But hey, it's growth. It's a scene that we wanted
Man.
Between them.
All right.
We're going to point out the positives, okay?
I like that you're looking for the positives.
Thank you. I'm trying to be optimistic.
So then they pick up the Bucci family off
You
the
missed a
yacht.
hell of a party, kitty.
I forgot that they knew each other that way.
Obsessed. I miss Kitty Bucci so much.
Yeah.
R.I.P. that persona.
So Benson then tells the mom, Donna. The mom is like, yeah, he's a cool guy. And she's like, he's not a cool guy. He's raping your daughter.
You're right.
I loved that moment because basically up until now we've known this woman is, we knew she was an addict. We knew that Bucci thinks she's off, she's not stable. And then we see her on the boat and she's like, we're having a party.
Yeah. We went to the Statue of Liberty. We had a great time.
Yep.
I love how, whenever, I feel like this happens all the time when people are like, we had a great time. They just point out, touristy New York things that, they have gotten to do. We went to the Statue of Liberty. We had a great time.
Which is weird, because they're all from New York.
Right. I'm pretty sure you could have gone in, a 5th grade field trip or something.
We've seen the Hollywood sign.
Right.
We live here.
Yes.
Okay. So Kat talks to Ivy. Apparently they got paid for coming to the party, but nothing happened. And then she's like, have you talked to your dad? And she's like, no, what, do you want to check my phone? So she shows her phone. She's like, you're such a cop. Yes, she is a cop.
That's correct.
Correct.
That's absolutely accurate.
Accurate. Yes, thank you. That is my job. Yes. And then Ivy points out, she's like, nothing that my dad's going to do matters, gets too powerful. Some girl on the yacht was bragging about going to parties with the judge. You know, the one who practically called me a whore. Not practically.
He did.
He
do
straight
that.
up called you that.
Flat out.
Yeah. So Benson and Carisi visit Chief Garland. We have the judge on Getz's camera. Apparently he's into spanking. I feel like if we're going to bring that up, we should explore it some
We
more.
didn't. We just kind of threw it in for spice.
Right. Guys, we know. Some people are into that. Why
It's
are
a
we
thing.
not?
It's a thing.
All right. So it's all circumstantial, but they're going to go after the judge. And Carisi they decide to leave Hadid out of the loop.
Smart.
Yes.
I would say good choice.
Honestly, I agree. I think, and the 2 times that it was brought up, it made sense. So they go, Garland and Carisi. I like them teaming up.
Me too. I just like Garland a lot.
Yeah.
I trust him with my life.
Wow.
I do. I really
Can't
think
wait
I
for
do.
the twist when he betrays us.
I mean, maybe he's in with Hadid because we know that's coming.
I want that to, anyway. So they're like, we know you've been attending Getz's parties for years. He's frat brothers with the lawyer. So the judge calls the lawyer. They have this meet. The lawyer basically points out that the judge is into little girls. He says, you know, you're in no position to shake us down for more. And then the lawyer reveals that all the good stuff is hiding in his office. Carisi calls Garland. And Benson's like, why aren't we talking to Hadid? And so Carisi points out that she might accidentally tip someone off that she shouldn't have.
And then I said, I don't know, accidentally.
I think in this situation it would have been accidental, right? Because we can assume, not to be sexist, but we can assume that most of the people dirty in this situation are of the male variety.
Right, but she's covered so many things for powerful people.
Sure. That's fair.
So, I don't know. I don't trust her at all.
I can't wait to find out what she did.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Anyway, so Benson and Carisi search the office. Garland arrests the lawyer. Carisi points out to the lawyer that they have him admitting sex trafficking of minors, blackmailing, and bribery.
You know what? An overdose of Viagra couldn't get that to stand up in court. That was a wonderful line, too.
Yeah.
It's good.
A+.
It
was good. Plus, he has all the child pornography in his office. I have to point this out just because we're in the middle. Logan Knight is in the chat asking why the second half of the episode reminded me of the whole Jeffrey Epstein story. Logan, I don't mean to be rude, but this is the Jeffrey Epstein story.
It is.
Part 1 and 2. That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so the lawyer wants full immunity.
Yeah.
And I believe gets it because we go after Getz and Grania and they're arrested for rape and sex trafficking.
Full immunity seems like a lot of leeway for this guy.
Yeah, but he is the one, that's how they get him.
Yeah. But
so
I hate that we had to do that.
Yeah, so Rollins and Bucci are still on the run, and she tells him that she didn't reject him because she thinks she's better than him. Her reasoning is because he's nice and she thinks she doesn't deserve a nice guy.
Is he nice, though?
Right.
Because I'm not seeing that in this episode. I feel like we gave him a pass in this episode, and I hate that.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, he's a good guy. He just wanted to, like, help his kids. What? No. He's literally kidnapping someone.
Yeah, because as she says, she would do the same thing for her daughters.
I don't know that you would do this.
No, not a cop. Someone that actually makes sense. Grania.
I guess.
She would kidnap Grania for her daughters.
I guess. I just, like, ugh. Keep going. Keep going.
So she's revealing that she worries that her daughters will also think that they should be treated poorly. There's a cycle, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, shh, they got him. I was so mad.
Right.
So then he's like, Rollins, get the hell out. Whatever you were saying, I wasn't listening.
What?
How did we get here? I was laughing so hard.
I'm just like, if we wanted this to be an impactful moment, why did we have her do this here and now?
Thank you. I was laughing so hard. What kind of person kidnaps someone? then harasses them about, like, why did you think you were too good for me, which is, like, some incel BS right now.
Right.
And then is like, shh, we arrested him. I wasn't listening. You should go. So then she grabs the gun. And this is the moment where I don't know if other people... I interpret it as he was going to kill himself. And she saved his life.
Oh. I didn't think it would make sense, but I wanted her to shoot him, kind of.
Yes.
Just be like, you sucked for doing this.
No, I definitely saw, he was like, get the hell out of here. You know, you can go. And she says, I want to live, but I want you to get out alive too. So then she arrests him. Because I definitely saw it as he was about to kill himself. Because what does he do after this?
Right, and it was confusing because I was like, wait, are there people surrounding this building now?
Not yet, no.
That's what I'm saying. And I was like, does she think there are? Like, I just like was like, what does this mean? Like, why is she taking the gun like this?
So she arrests him, brings him in. Getz claims that he has more. So to not spend the rest of his life in jail, he's willing to give up photos and videos and whatever. They take the safety deposit box key and don't give him a deal. I don't know. Either he is a terrible lawyer or maybe I misunderstood. The lawyer was like, yeah, we're going to give you this for a good deal. And then Carisi takes it and is like, nah.
Did they not tell him where the box was, maybe?
Maybe, but...
That's what I'm saying. But, like, maybe they could find it.
I'm sure they could find it.
Maybe that's why.
I've watched enough TV.
Yeah.
I'm sure they can. So anyway, Rollins arrives. Bucci asks about his girls, and says to call his mother. Benson's like, we already did. I appreciated that moment where, like, his concern this entire time has been his daughters. And so Benson being like, we got you. We took care of it. Mm-hmm. So then Kat takes him to holding, and Ron's like, easy, he's NYPD. And Finn's like hell he is.
Love it. I'm Team Finn on this one.
Really?
Yes. We let him off so easily. And I understand there was, like, the moments of, like, yeah, I could have run away at any time. Right. You never would have shot me. But, like, he handcuffed her to a car seat. Right. Like, he held a gun on her. I think that we should not just take that so lightly. I
agree.
I think that he was being more, like, aggressive than we're saying he was. And I understand he was under, like, pressure because they weren't fighting his others. But this is an innocent party in this.
Right. I agree. Rollins like, I'm fine. He didn't touch me. So he gets a psych eval. Rollins doesn't want to punish him. He gets a year, essentially. The doctor also didn't want to punish him. Yeah. They both understood. Fine. Carisi takes Rollins home. She's crying in the elevator.
That was sweet.
It was very sweet. I definitely saw that hug as brother and sister and nothing more.
It was a nice platonic hug, I would say.
That's how friends behave to each other. When your friend is crying, you comfort them.
Yeah.
Nothing more. Anyway, a bunch of accusers have come out to Getz. He's going to face a lot of time. Then he kills himself. And then we have, I think, the highlight of the whole episode.
Yeah.
Which is Finn and Kat discussing whether he killed himself or not. And Kat being like, I think he faked his own death. That's not even him.
I love the conspiracy theories. Where's Munch when you need him, you know?
Seriously.
We should have brought Munch back for this episode.
I will say also, the one thing that felt like the most SVU thing, like SVU's take on the entire Epstein storyline, is Benson saying, sadly, these girls will never see their day in court.
Agreed.
And that's the truth, right? Is every woman who's come out saying that this happened to them, and whether you believe that Epstein killed himself or not, will not get their day in court.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. I think that was a good way to end it.
Absolutely. I want to talk a little bit about the ripped from the headlines aspect of this. So, excellent.
Thanks.
Last week we did discuss the story of Epstein and his sexual assault on young girls. What I will say for those, we have a whole discussion going in the chat of people not knowing, like, I don't want to be rude, but not knowing what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein.
There's a lot of information out there, to be fair, to, like, kind of parse through, I'd say.
Right. So, but last Sunday, 60 Minutes covered the suicide. They talked to other women and who've come forward. Also, as I pointed out last episode, you can go back and watch an episode called Flight. That episode, you will see the very clear parallels, although that one was he was flying in models from France and assaulting them in his massage parlor. This one, he was a photographer who was taking advantage of models, young girls that he claimed as models, and assaulting them in his workout room. Like, very clear overlap on those stories. So if you don't know what's going on with Jeffrey Epstein, I'm telling you, look at the Wikipedia page, watch the episode Flight, read any article that has come out specifically about what he did, not about the suicide, because there's a lot of discussion about that, which takes me to this week's Ripped from the Headline. I want to talk about the Epstein didn't kill himself internet meme.
Lots of conspiracy theories.
So it is an internet meme. It is a thing where people disagree about whether he killed himself, whether he was murdered or silenced, or whether he's actually faking his death and is alive and well, living on an island with Tupac and Biggie and Aaliyah. Why would they welcome him there? I don't know. On that island.
To be fair, like, I don't know. Just because it's someone so powerful, and I don't usually, like, entertain conspiracy theories, but I think it's interesting to hear what people think.
I honestly think whether he did or not, I think the meme of it all is the best part.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. For those who somehow missed it, I don't know if you recall, there was a military guy and his dog was doing an interview about the dog and, like, dogs in the military and stuff like that. And he gave this long speech about, like, adopting and being careful with your dogs and whatever. And he went on, he was like, just one last thing, and he keeps talking about the dogs. And then he goes, and Epstein didn't kill himself. And that was the end of the interview. And that's my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah, there are some good theories about it. And by good, I mean ridiculous.
There are some crazy stories. There was some vandalism. There's people writing on road signs and overpasses. A specific incident of the meme painted 7-foot-high boulder and visible for travelers to Washington State Route 9. And then also there's a art piece in Miami. A banana has been duct taped to a wall was vandalized.
Yes, did you guys hear about that?
Himself? No.
Oh yeah, it sold for like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And some guy literally just came off and ate the banana.
So funny.
That was such a weird story too.
So this episode, I think both these episodes were very clearly the Epstein case. Yes. The last half of this episode was just that quick moment. So funny. Yeah. I mean, Kat believing it. I also know that our president believed that the Clintons were behind it.
Yeah.
So, like, for those who don't understand, the mentality of that is that people are afraid of what they know. So, right, in this one, they decide not to give Getz the deal because they don't want to see who in his security box, or his box, what's the box called?
Safety deposit
box. I was like, well, I can't wait to think of words. They don't want to know who he has information on.
Right.
Because it could topple, whoever's in charge, the DAs, whatever. So then the idea is that the people that he is protecting went and killed him. In the real case, the theory is, at least according to the president, that the Clintons had secret information that Epstein knew.
Right.
And so therefore they had him killed.
Guys. Okay.
Anyway.
I'm just going to sip of this water.
Yeah. So that's the rip from the headline. I really hope you look at the actual Jeffrey Epstein case and what he had done to hundreds of young girls. So please check that out. Before we continue, let's talk about the poll.
Yes, so every week, if you're new here, we do a fun little SVU poll because we have so many episodes that we like to compare, to contrast, to vote, on our favorites, our least favorites. Yeah. We love talking about the old episodes, too. So last week, our poll discussion question was, what's your favorite episode with the musician?
Oh, right. So sorry, we need to clarify. Last week, we were doing episode 3.
Correct, yes, which is Down Low in Hell's Kitchen. It had the...
Is the Jussie Smollett case.
Yes, exactly. So in last place with 0% of the votes, was down low in Hell's Kitchen.
Wow.
So that's
People
sad.
did not like that episode.
People didn't love it. Third place with 7% of the vote was Diss, the Snoop Dogg episode.
Because it was not about Snoop Dogg.
It sure wasn't. I wasn't with my bitch. That's the quote from that,
yes.
right? Yeah.
I can't use my bitch because I wasn't with my bitch.
A great line. Honestly, would consider it just for that. Second place, we have season 15, episode 7, Dissonant Voices. That's the Billy Porter Magic Egg episode.
Oh,
a
great
classic.
Episode. That one's third place?
Yes. In first place, which this is the one I guessed, and this is the one I voted for too. Season 13, episode 6, True Believers. That's the one with Bayard Ellis, the girl who plays the piano.
That's better than Billy Porter's episode?
It is, and I knew it would be, and I knew that's what you'd vote for, and that's also my favorite. So
I can't believe that.
Keep your taste good, everyone.
Wait, why? Why is that one so
It's
much
such a
better?
good episode because at the end we have Olivia, like, she's so mad that the case didn't go her way, the victim, and Olivia's like, I saw you, I believe you. Like, it's such a good moment that just, like, is such a classic, beautiful SVU moment.
Ugh, fine.
And so I think it's pretty much
fair.
because of that.
That is very fair.
Such a good part. So this week, we have our favorite, in our words, hostagey episode.
Yes, hostagey episode.
We have, here's the choices. Father Shadow, season 13, episode 13. That's the one with the guy from Shameless, who has the dad who auditioned Miranda Lambert.
Yes.
That's my personal favorite, but I know that's not what you guys will choose. You guys will choose the next one. Surrender Benson, season 15, episode 1.
It's the beginning of the William Lewis arc, right?
Yes, that's all I'm going to say on that.
Okay.
We have then Townhouse Incident, season 17, episode 11.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one with Olivia in the great dress.
What dress?
It's like some blue cheetah dress, right?
I don't recall the dress.
I think she has a good dress on. Maybe I'm wrong though.
No, the blue cheetah is what she wears when she goes undercover.
Oh yeah. Why did I think that was
Super
this
Bowl
one?
party? No. Oh man, Townhouse Incident is the one where Lucy tells her that the other people she nannies for need help, and she shows up and then gets kidnapped, and then she and the little brother listen to the guy rape the daughter while the mom is at the bank getting the money.
That's right. Oh, I'm so sorry.
God.
I really messed that up. I don't know why I thought it was that one. I was
like, she's not wearing no pretty dress.
I know. I don't know why I thought that. Sorry. Yes, that's Townhouse Incident.
What's
Ignore
funny
what
is I was literally watching an episode and my roommate goes, is this the one where she's the guy who's all greasy and the teenage girl gets raped? And I went, you have to give me so much more than
that's
that.
every episode.
He meant Townhouse Incident.
Well, that's not incorrect.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we have this week. We've been discussing this for a hot minute. Hope you know the plot of it now.
Also, don't think it's going to win.
Also, it has 0% right now.
Great. So that's our poll. We'll tell you where to find that in just a minute. I have some news.
Please tell me.
I'm so excited about this.
TV News.
Okay. Here's the news. Literally yesterday was the NBC winter press tour for TCAs. Oh my God, I'm choking.
You're so excited.
Sorry, I got so excited
Can't
that
handle
I
it.
stopped breathing. So it was the NBC press days for the TCAs, the Television Critics Association. And Peter Gallagher, Chief Dodds, was there to promote his new NBC show called Zoe's Extraordinary Playlist, which is a really fun show. It's kind of a Glee, but gearing a lot more towards drama. Glee type-ish show. It's a musical show. Anyway, I spoke to him
Woo!
and asked him, what are the chances, or are there any chances that he could return as Dodds? And he goes, I hope so. And then he starts telling me about how much he loves Warren Light, and that he would love to come back. And he goes, and honestly, he straight up was like, at least they didn't like put a bullet in my head. I could come back. And I was like, that's true. They did just banish you to Staten Island. You could come back, unlike your son.
Oh, harsh.
Well, because they killed off
He did, but ouch. He was probably like a little wounded by that.
Nah, he was like, that's true. Like we were fangirling.
Wait, I hope that we have to go to Staten Island for a case and we run into him.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
So the news is that Peter Gallagher wants to come back.
Him and Donna Logue, let's go.
Oh, so good.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I would love to see them butt heads.
Ooh, yeah.
That was such exciting news. If you want to check it out, it's available at fanversation.com. I also tweeted about it. I also was losing my mind. So we should start harassing Warren Light and being like, hey, Peter Gallagher loves you. You should bring him back.
That's so sweet. I love that.
Oh, it made me so happy. All right, let's talk about predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz
I loved it.
Thanks. I just really felt that I needed to do that.
I appreciate it. I really do like that anyone listening missed the dance moves.
You guys need to log on to YouTube and see that.
It was great. So next episode, it's Carisi's first trial, and he's going against former Judge Barth.
Yeah.
I appreciate that she's coming back into play.
Me too. She's a force to be reckoned with.
I also think it's interesting that she went from like a good judge to defending criminals. It's
Some people
weird.
change. Good girls gone bad, you know?
Apparently. All right, so the promo is, because I know you like this, his first trial could be his last. That's it.
Ah!
Predictions?
Well, Mariska's directing, so that's exciting.
Oh!
Yes, I read that somewhere. That's very exciting.
It is exciting.
I think that it's going to be the classic. Carisi's going to struggle. I think he's going to feel like he's at his lowest low, and then he's going to come up with something brilliant and save it at the last minute, and everyone's going to love it and love him.
I really like that prediction.
I really think it will happen for him.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to fail. He might lose the case, but I don't think he's going to fail. I would love it if he like pulls out a Barba move.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think it's gonna be like he's like backed into a corner, and then he finds this like one crazy thing that helps him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be so cool. I know it's not gonna happen, but it'd be so cool.
If Barba came back to
to watch his first case.
We could totally edit that in. Like, just to see like him like sitting from another episode and just added him in for that.
I want to see it.
That'd be pure. People would freak out too.
Oh, I would love it because they're together.
They are. They are.
We all know.
We all know that.
All right. Before we move and tell everyone where to find the poll and everything, I want to give a little shout outs to people in the chat.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of people joining us today live, which is very sweet of you all. I see Sarah Brock showed up. And I know. I think it was Giants #1 fan me was going to leave to go watch sports.
Ew.
And I'm glad that you stayed.
Thanks for staying. This is much better.
Ken from Chicago is here. Ken from Chicago says that Judge Barth has seen corruption in the justice system, so she might as well get paid. I like
that's
that.
Valid. That's a valid point.
I really hope that's her like mentality. Yes. Also... Logan Knight is here. Logan, I very much encourage you to look up the Jeffrey Epstein case. I understand you don't live in New York. We're in California. It was national news. I would even say it's international news.
Yeah, but Logan, I appreciate your other comments too.
Yes, absolutely. I'm not trying to be rude. This episode just put me in a bad mood.
That's fair. But I agree with you, Logan.
Oh, Giants #1 fan me did not go watch sports.
Thanks, Giants.
Thank you.
Fan.
Screw sports.
Giants fan, more like #1 SVU After Show fan. Am I right?
Ooh.
Hey.
Gonna start a fight there. Audrey O is also here, and Zach Blatch was here as well. Oh, and Monique Abrams. Did I get everybody? I got everybody.
Aw, thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us. Oh, Haunting Journey. I can read.
Haunting Journey.
I'm in a lot of pain, and I'm tired. I'm in a lot of pain. Thank you all so much for joining us. Where can everyone find the poll?
Yes, you guys can find me and the poll on Twitter at alphaba_Ann and on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_.
You can find me everywhere at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIEL. You can find really a boring article that told you everything I already just told you about Peter Gallagher, but he's so handsome in person. On Faversation.com. We will be back next week with a new episode. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.